I'm Vane Colby, and welcome to this week's edition of Grant's 10-Minute Meals. Joining me right now is my special guest, one of my BFFs, one of the founders of Four Pals Production, and the company manager, of course. He's the wheels behind the whole system, trust me. Skip Crane. Skip, thank you for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Skip, what are we going to make today?
We are going to make some garlic taco chicken.
And the ingredients that you'll need for the garlic taco chicken are?
You're going to need 8 chicken strips. You can get them here at Grant Supermarket.
Of course.
You're going to need a pack of taco seasoning, which very easy. You're going to need a cup of panko breadcrumbs. You will need a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. You will need 2 tablespoons of steak seasoning. And if you like garlic, you will need 2 tablespoons of garlic. You can go down to 1 if you're not that crazy about garlic, but I like the taste of garlic.
Or you can go up to 3 if you really like garlic.
There you go. And then first of all, if you want to preheat your oven to 425. Then you want to take your pan, spray it with some Pam or Crisco or any kind of spray. Then get you a Ziploc bag about this size. I think it's a gallon size. Yeah. And you just start pouring your ingredients into the bag. Now I've got a little secret for you. This is the panko. This is the taco seasoning. This is the Parmesan cheese. This is the steak seasoning. And this is the garlic powder. Not garlic salt, garlic powder.
Now you can use a bowl if you want, but however, I prefer using these gallon Ziploc bags because you don't have to clean up after yourself. And you're going to mix it all together.
Yep, and this is my little tip. Now today we can just mix it all in here. But let's say you wanted to double this or triple it because you want to use it for pork chops or you can use it to bread anything to cook it. It's very low in calorie. You'll contaminate it if you put your chicken in like this. But if you want to get you a paper plate or a regular dish, scoop some out into it, you can take this and you can put it in the refrigerator for up to a month. The recipe also says you can freeze it for up to 3 months if you want to put it into your freezer.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to make a lot, man, it makes it quick. All you got to do is put your meat in there and coat it, put it in the pan and bake it.
Work away.
So, but today we are going to contaminate this because we're doing a cooking show and it's just easier. Here's my chicken strips and I'll show you what one looks like. You're going to bake them about 30 or 35 minutes. You know, you just have to check them. You know when your chicken's ready. But you just take 3 or 4 at a time. Drop them down in here. You shake them up. Get them all covered. And then you just start putting them in the pan.
Now, why are you doing that, Skip? We've got an event coming up called Twisted History.
Yes, down at the Sanders House in Bluefield, Virginia.
Tell me a little bit about how Twisted History got started.
Well, last year, the Graham Historical Society and the Sanders House, that's the group that works, they work under the Graham Historical Society, Gil Cook, Kathy Kennedy, a bunch of them, they decided that they'd like to do a little show and get 4 pals to help them. So we decided that we'd look up characters from our past in our area, from the 2 Virginias, who have stories about their lives. So maybe a little twisted, a little scary, something like that. And we went out and did some research and found some characters, and we started that last year. We made enough money, or they made enough money with 4 pals' help, that they paid the electricity bill on that great old big house all winter long.
Wow.
So it was so successful, we decided to do it again. And this year we applied with the Community Foundation of the Virginias, which is a wonderful organization, and they awarded us some money to help us have an even better event this year. And so this year we've got some more ghosts. And just to tell you, I should back up and tell you, it's only $5 to get in. $5 a person. A lot of people have never seen that house before.
And it's well worth it. I went last year to see it myself because Skip, had talked about it, and I was like, well, I'm going to go see what this is about. I came out of there, I was so impressed. What was the first words I said to you?
I want to do this.
I said, Skip, you got to get me in this. Get me in this. And of course, they asked me to be a part of it this year. And I will be the last ghost that you will see. I play the Reverend Q.T. McGill. This reverend, grew up in Gary, West Virginia, and he got a
True
job.
story.
True story. He got a job in Roanoke, and they had a wonderful choir called the Victory Chorus. They're coming home. He's going to show off his choir to his hometown people. So this is a homecoming for him. Well, they're coming down Pinnacle Rock in 1985, and we think the brakes may have gone out on the bus, and the bus slams into the train at the foot of the hill at Pinnacle Rock.
And the people that live in that area will remember before they put that bridge in what that curve in that railroad track was like.
Yes. And I tell you what happens from the time this guy gets on the bus, tells you what happened on the bus, and he tells you what happened with some of the people who lived and who didn't. And there are other characters. C.C. Dyer plays
Vicey Saunders, who lived in that house,
Yes.
the Sanders house. A lot of people have never been through that big house.
Yeah.
So it's a great opportunity. And her governess is there, Rosie Trigg, who helped her raise her children and take care of the house with her. And then we have Molly Tynes. She rode from Tazewell to Wytheville, 53 miles on her horse Fashion, to warn the people that the Yankees were coming. And then we've got Emma Yost Bailey. She tells the story. She was the bride who got married in 1927 when Bluefield, Virginia, it was Graham, and they took Bluefield, West Virginia's name. And she tells all about the wedding and who all came. That's a wonderful story. Then we've got two newsboys from the Sunset News Observer and the Bluefield Daily Telegraph. We used to have two newspapers in Bluefield. It's quite the place.
Yeah.
And they tell a story about the Granada Theater getting robbed in 1938 while they're trying to sell their newspapers. And then, of course, we end with a bang with the Reverend Hugh T. McGill. And he has got a great story to tell. It's just wonderful. Well, Vane, I think I've got it in the pan. I'm one of the originals for a Big Mac. You know that?
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because I called it Big Mama's Appalachian Country Kitchen. M-A-C-K, Big Mac.
I love it.
We're going to have us put some Big Mac in the oven.
That's right. Well, let's put this on in. And you can cook it for about 30 minutes. If you want it a little bit more well done, you can cook it a little bit longer. But through the magic of video, this is what your finished product looked like. It looks delicious, and I can't wait to get all up in here.
Yeah, I hope it's good.
I'm sure it will be. Skip, thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to go to the Twisted History Ghost Tours, which is
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of this week. That's October 10, 11, and 12 from 6 o'clock until 8:30 each night.
That's right.
Down at the Sanders house. That's near Walmart. You can't miss it. Big brick house with a black roof.
And
Can't
it's
miss
only
it.
$5.
Only $5.
So bring your family, So if you want to know what's going on in the kitchen, join us every first and third Wednesday of the month. But if you really want to know what's cooking, join us at one of our 16 locations near you. Grant Supermarket, the best friend your budget ever had.